I have good news for first home buyers in New South Wales. We all know that saving for the first home is really difficult for first home buyers. And the New South Wales government recognizes that difficulty or hardship for first home buyers to save for that first home. We also know that the cost of stamp duty is substantial. And so for those first home buyers purchasing their first home up to 1.5 million, they can opt in to pay the stamp duty as an annual property tax instead of paying it in full. So how does this work out? So let's go to the maximum purchase price that you can go, which is 1.5 million. A 1.5 million purchase will attract a stamp duty of $66,700, and you have to pay that at the time of settlement. But with the first home buyer choice, you have another option. You can pay that stamp duty as an annual property tax. And there is a website in which you can do the calculations. Now, how do they calculate it? It's based on a $400 fee plus 0.3% of the land value. So let's say you're purchasing something around 1.5 million and the land value is 1 million. In this scenario, you only need to pay $3,400 in annual property tax. And that's every year. Until, of course, you actually own the property and you decide to sell it, then you'll be paying that $3,400. So this is actually substantial savings, because if you divide the $66,700 by $3,400, that's about 19 years paying the $3,400 before you actually accumulate that into the $66,000, $66,700. So if you're intending to actually live in that house for just 10 years, once you sell it, you've just paid 10 years worth of annual property tax and not the full $66,700. I'll give you another example of the first home buyer choice. So let's say you're purchasing a property for $1 million, and that's a house for $1 million. And the land value is around $600,000, just for the land value alone. If you pay the full stamp duty, the stamp duty cost is around $40,000.90. But if you choose to pay the annual tax, you only need to pay $2,200 annually. So that's another example for something that's less expensive. So like it's a 1 million purchase in which the land value is $600,000. Third example, what if I'm purchasing below $650,000? Because you can actually use the first home buyer choice to purchase a unit, a townhouse, a house, or a block of land. So what if you're purchasing anything less than $650,000? We all know that because of the first home buyer assistance scheme, anything below $650,000, you get a full stamp duty exemption. So you don't pay stamp duty at all. So between the two, don't choose the annual property tax. You'd rather get this first home buyer assistance scheme in which you don't pay stamp duty. So, and again, another question, what if I'm purchasing a $700,000 property? Which option works best for you? For anything around $700,000, $800,000, there is this stamp duty concession in which a certain portion of the stamp duty is actually shouldered by the government, and then a certain portion you have to pay. So at least the government is still providing you with assistance in the stamp duty expense. So let's say you're purchasing a property for around $700,000, and then the stamp duty with the concession is around $10,363, saving you around $6,226 in stamp duty costs, and that's the portion absorbed by the government. In this scenario, you can still opt to pay an annual property tax, and the tax, if let's say a purchase of $700,000, the land value is around $350,000. I'm just making an assumption here. Annual property tax is around $1,450. So in this scenario, it's up to you to choose if paying the $10,000 is better for you. If you intend to actually stay in that home for more than 10 years, then perhaps that's a better option. It saves you money. Or you can actually choose the annual property tax of $1,450 if you only intend to stay in the home for less than, like, say, 5 years. So you just crunch your numbers and see which one works best for you. Another question is, can you actually use the first home buyer choice to get the home guarantee scheme? Oh, this is when it gets really advantageous for first home buyers in New South Wales. So the home guarantee allows you to purchase your first home with just a 5% deposit as long as you qualify for this. So with the home guarantee scheme, you need to be an Australian citizen. Your income should be 125,000 below if you're a single applicant, or 200,000 if there are two applicants. And with just a 5% deposit, you're able to purchase your first home and borrow the 95%. Of course, if the bank will lend you the 95%. So these are things that we need to assess as brokers. Now, let's say you're purchasing $1 million, 5% is $50,000. So you have the $50,000 deposit, but you still need around $40,000 in stamp duty, and you don't have that $40,000. So again, going back to the example I mentioned earlier, if the land value is around $600,000, you can opt in for the annual property tax, in which you only pay $2,200. So in this scenario, you're purchasing $1 million, you have a 5% deposit of $50,000, and if you have the $2,200 on top of the $50,000 for the stamp duty, and if you qualify for the first home buyer choice and the home guarantee scheme, that's all you need to come up with. That's 50 plus 2,200 is just $52,200. So if you're a first home buyer and you want to find out what's the best option for you, how can you maximize all the schemes and grants that are available to you as first home buyers, remember that this scheme is only available for first home buyers in New South Wales. It's not available for buyers in Victoria or any other state in Australia, just for New South Wales. If you want to find out and you want to maximize all the schemes and grants available to you, give us a call. My number is 0430-144-008, or you can email me at mpapa@maverickfinance.com.au. We do a complimentary assessment and let you know if you can qualify for these grants, and then of course let you know how much you can borrow, how much deposit you need. Just give us a call and we'll help you.